All right, how's everybody doing today? Got a got a good response yesterday. I was doing some resume reviews, and one of my favorite things to do is to actually cover the highlighter technique, and that's really what I'd like to do today. If you see the image up above, or if you're on one of the platforms, it's showing the image. It's the highlighter technique or the keyword highlight technique, and we're going to be talking all about that. Juan, pleasure to see you. It's interesting. That says it came in through LinkedIn, but yesterday the LinkedIn chat system wasn't working. That's cool. I can see it though. If you want to submit it to me through LinkedIn right now. Just message me your PDF or send me a link to it. That's generally one of the easiest ways I can get access to it really quickly. So let's do that. And I'm really happy to see that the restream, because I totally messed that up yesterday. I totally did a whole stream saying, oh yeah, if you comment, waiting for comments, didn't get a comment, waiting for this restream platform to actually share the comments with me. It never did. So I ended the stream and had to go back and see that there were comments the whole time, but it looks like Restream's sharing the comments. And as it is, I'm watching both. But Juan, feel free to message me. Actually, it's not letting me message. Yeah, just message me at Juan, and I'll get your resume in the queue, and we'll highlight it a bit. Actually, Juan, it would be actually really beneficial if you could get me a Google Drive version of your resume. And anyone else that's watching right now and jumping on, we'll get this started. I'll actually doing introductions. But if you want to, right off the bat, submit your resume. I actually would like a Google Drive version of your resume, because then I can highlight it and kind of illustrate exactly what I'm talking about. At the same time, can you make sure you pick out a job description or a job recently that you applied for, or a job you want really badly? Because I'm going to show you how the highlighter technique can be used along with a job description of something you want. At the same time, you're going to notice Johnny Scherer is here. He works with me at Coding Career Fastlane. He's going to be here to help out the DMs. If there's any other questions he can help out on, he'll be here as well when I'm not. He'll be here. So let me take a step back, introduce myself. I'm happy to see y'all join in. If you could actually, as I introduce myself, if y'all could give a thumbs up, if you could give one of the celebrate icons, one of those icons, and also leave a little comment letting me know you're here, where you're calling in from, or where you're watching in from. Always love to know more about that stuff. And the likes go a long way, so they share with other people, because I'm going to be taking your resumes today, showing you the highlighter technique, and then comparing it to a job you want. And it's going to be a really interesting exercise for you to see, because at the end of it, you're going to notice exactly what it takes to get the attention, or why you're not getting the attention of the employers that you're looking for. Let's get going here today with actually, as I'm waiting for the resumes, I won't get going just yet. I'll wait for the resumes. If you want yours submitted, or message me on LinkedIn, I'll pay close attention to them. I actually have an interesting question for y'all while we're waiting for some to come on down. Did anyone see anything good at the Apple event today? I totally missed it. I was working on some stuff, and I totally didn't actually get to see the Apple event. I'm very curious if there's anything cool that came out. Let's be honest, I know it's probably an iPhone. That seems to always come out this time of year. Let me go look at my messages. Has anyone messaged me? One. Okay. I saw one, you messaged me. Can you give me a Google Drive? Because if not, no worries. If no one submits anything anytime soon, like in the next couple of minutes, if somebody submits something soon, I will go just grab one of the example resumes I utilize for this. Attention you want, you ain't getting, and attention you get and you don't want. Yeah, so we're going to show you how to fix that, right? We're gonna show you how to fix that for sure. All right. So looks like I've got one in here from Brendan. Thank you, Brendan, for submitting that. The iPhone 13, much different from 12. Do they do anything with iPads or MacBook Pros? I was really interested in that today. So I've got one resume in the queue. Anyone else want to submit any right now? All right. Let's see here. Can I make a copy? Oh, yeah, Brendan, I can just make a copy. We can work with this. I'll make a copy and I'll just work with that. And then, as it is, so I got one in there. And as things go live here, just so y'all know, it's about a 30 to 45-second delay. So when I see something and say something, generally the comments are about 45 seconds behind. So I might be off of when you say something. I might not even realize it's there for another minute or two. So just to throw that out there, do the best I can with what I see to make sure I'm trying to pay attention to what's coming through. Yeah. All right. I see a couple other ones coming through. Amar, what's happening? Mr. Boxer himself. All right. How are things going, man? Long time no talk. Glad to see you here. I'm going to open this. Amar, can you actually make that a Google Drive for me? Because I don't have the software up to highlight it over the PDF. I don't have the software for that. If you could do that, that would be good. All right. Same for you, Juan. Could you hell? Actually, you know what? I got this. Never mind. I know exactly what we're gonna do. What we're gonna do. You can send me, y'all, resumes through LinkedIn. As it is, I'll just put this I'll put my URL in there. There you go. There I am. And you know what? I've got the solution, Amar. What I'm going to do, and same for you, Juan. What I'm going to do is I'm going to download. I'm just going to go Google Drive. And just upload them and convert them into documents, and we'll go from there. It'll be easy. And then, yeah, man. Let's see here. Some post messages. Okay, it didn't look like. Okay, so Restream doesn't post to LinkedIn, so I'll have to post that to LinkedIn myself. There is my attention. Okay, it's interesting how, yeah, comments are fun. All right, here we go. So I have. Okay, I got a miscellaneous folder here I'm going to make. So I have 3 resumes in queue right now. And then I'll see if any other ones come through and we'll upload them, we'll highlight them, we'll talk you through this technique, and then we'll get this going. I'll start sharing my screen probably in about under a minute 30. If y'all could at this point, I would love if you could, like I said earlier, leave that comment as we get started. Right before we jump into this, I know with the more comments, likes, reshares, the more this gets out there. So let's see. So I got Juan here, opening Juan up real quickly. And I'm going to open up Juan's resume, make it convertible to a Google Doc. Save as Google Docs. All right, so Juan, I got yours ready. Brendan, I got yours ready. All right, who else we got over here that I'm getting ready real quickly? So we got those 2. I had one more. Amar, got yours. All right, opening Google Docs. Cool, so there's that. And Jet, I saw you somewhere on here. All right. All right, there we go. All right, so I saw Shane just submitted his. Shane, I'll try to get yours up. All right, so there's Shane's. Jet, I haven't seen yours just yet. Computer's acting weird, not letting me upload anything, so it won't let me. All right, that's cool, Jet. Let's see, get up this. And all right, so I've got four. I've got four ready to go. Shane, Amar, Juan, Brendan. Has anyone else submitted anything that I haven't seen just yet? Granted, there's a 30-second delay, so I'm now going to try to wait 30 seconds before I go full steam ahead. But we should be all good. And Cindy, you just sent yours, sent me a message. Okay, I'll grab it up before I share my screen. And we'll do this. Oh, perfect. Already in Google Doc form. Oh, it says I need to request that access, Cindy. So I'm going to request access to view it. And then Devin, did you message me? Cool addition to Brett. What'd you say? Can you give me an honest, quick evaluation of my profile setup? I think that would be cool addition to your love. Huh. You mean, to live. Okay. It's like love, Brett. What are you talking about love here, man? To go along, all right, Devin, I'll pull it up to the side here in a second. Tavon, all right, got it. So I'll get those. A career credit report for you, Will. All right, so pulling this up. Tavon, all right, I got yours up. Getting Cindy's. Cindy, actually, let's see if it gave me access now. There we go. Got access. I'll move it. And what we'll do as we go along to, all right, wonderful. Got this in that as well. Okay, I just got to find Devin's real quickly. Where's Devin's at? Devin, where are you at? Devin. Let me search. And then here we go. Huh. Devin, where'd you send it? You sent it as a PDF. Did you? Why don't I see it? Here, let's do this. Let's just go to Devin's profile. And, oh, there we go. Now I got it. Okay. So, all right, last one up. And then I am going to get started here with this. Go back to Google Drive. Open Devin's. And here we go. So we have a bunch of resumes loaded up. Let me go to Drive to upload Devin's, and then we're going to go. And so, like I was saying from the start of this, we're going to do resume review today with the highlighter technique. And then I'm going to pull out a couple different jobs, pull them up, show you how to take the highlighter technique and take it to that next level. And to Dr. Bowers, where is Evan at? If Evan sends me his PDF bill, I will add him for sure into the mix. I haven't seen a message from Evan yet. And so here we go. Devin, all right, I got yours. All right. Got a lot of these up. All right, here we go. Let's do this. So we're gonna go right to left. I'll share my screen in a second. And Okay, here we go. I'll get those afterwards. So, Bill, my email is jason@codingcareerfastlane or jason.humphrey@codingcareerfastlane.com. All right, so I'm gonna get this screen share going here. We're gonna do our best to get through as many people as we possibly can. And so let's share the screen on this. So y'all should see, so we're not, Devin, sorry, we're not starting with you. We're gonna go right to left here because this is as I was getting them in, and I got them all in Google Doc format. Now, so let's see here. Let me make sure I also am up to date on all messages. And we're going to get started here. So what's interesting about the highlighter technique is when we look at these job descriptions, and I think I might have posted I talked about a little bit yesterday about gathering your data, soft skills, hard skills, and how you can go audit companies, gather data, look at what they're doing analytically, and try to figure out what you should do. But this also applies to you. So when I think about your resume and understanding, are you selling correctly? Do you have enough soft skills on the page? Do you have enough hard skills? Colors are very easy to take a quick look at something and understand if something is well colored on the page or not. And so this is where I like to take this highlighter technique, use colors so you can instantly look at what's on the page and analyze, do I have the right skills? Do I not have the right skills? And so what we're going to do today is we are going to use two colors right now, blue and yellow. Blue is going to be your hard skills. Yellow is going to be your soft skills. Because what's really interesting is I actually built a job sourcing engine last December. I've been using it for my students, and I've been using it since last December for my students. And so I think I've sourced now about 1 million jobs in the database. And what people think doesn't happen time and time again, but I have the data to back it up, soft skills. Soft skills are something you're going to miss consistently and not really sell enough about or talk about. But that's a side note. Let me get into showing you here what I'm talking about now. So Brendan, let me know if you're here in the comments. For one, make sure you're still here because you're up first. And so we're going to go through this. So as I'm highlighting this, I'm going to give you some real good insight on what I'm seeing and also giving you some more, give me some tips at the end. So right off the bat, all right, you're right. You are listing some skills for me, some hard skills up here, jQuery, Express. As I go through it, all right, you're giving me a little bit of hard skills here. All right, I see JavaScript. I see Firebase. Wonderful. But one thing I'll point out from like yesterday when I was talking, there's this format called X, Y, and Z. I love to follow for points. And it stands for accomplish X measured by Y by doing Z. And when we think about that format, it allows you in a bullet point format to really sell what you've done with some proof and some value to other people. And right now, like just telling me you introduced a new client feature isn't really telling me what you accomplished. So when I'm looking at what you accomplished here, what did you do with this feature? Is it authentication? Is it payment gateway? Is it a scheduling platform? There is so much more depth to be understood here. And like the actions you took, great, you used React and JavaScript. But what did you, like just naming off you utilized them is very like vague. Like I imagine you used Redux. I imagine you used state management, something of that nature. When I come down, okay, assistant on 2 new team members, developing environmental. Okay, I'm going to leave assisted as a soft skill. I'm going to highlight it as if it's a soft skill. That's kind of like, that's pushing it, but I'll give you it. To onboard, you assisted in onboarding. Okay, so you helped guide tour. Okay, you developed, all right, a program to extract Excel files. Okay, so like, all right, Python, love to see some Python. Panda libraries, all right, or pen, yeah. Reducing, love C numbers. So when we think about X, Y, and Z, that measurability is really good on the the number 65% is good for in the middle when you're talking about what you've accomplished. So exactly how do you develop a program that saves 65% of people's times by doing this? That would be really, really useful to do here. Okay, so you exceeded expectations of my initiative. What were the expectations? Timely completed accuracy, achieved a promotion, lead merchandiser where I dedicated the next 4 years. Okay, so what was the company's success? Like it was $1 million, couple $1 million. But you're noticing here, there's no real tangible soft skills you're selling in this sentence. You tell me, okay, maybe you're accurate. So, maybe we could really push out that you're detail oriented or really try to sell that. But if you notice in this sentence, Brendan, exceed expectations of my initiative. Not really sure what initiative. Timely completion, not really sure the timeline. Was it 1 month, 2 months? Was it not totally sure what we're getting at here? You achieved a promotion. Okay, great. That's nice. But I'm not really seeing any hard skills or soft skills or tons of depth to this sentence. So this bullet point, compared to the others, is not going to drive you a lot of value. And just quickly, based on the color, you can see, and I'm stretching at giving accuracy a soft skill. But this sentence isn't driving you value. All right, continuing on down. So, okay, you administered a backend API. All right, so you did something with the backend API. All right, there's some hard skills there. Revolved around a database. I'm just going to highlight all of these. Mongo, Mongoose, wonderful. Okay, 14 CRUD functionality through 14 unique queries. Good, some numbers. This is where the format of that, the X, Y, and Z, what did you accomplish building this by creating 14 unique queries and doing it through these actions with this technology. So reorganizing it around would be beneficial to you here. So generating user stories to identify need functionality with user flows, defining 8 pages, love some numbers, love some queries. Would love, so when you talk about generating stories, did you use Jira? This is where you can get specific. A lot of people see this as hard skills. And let's see here, generated user stories, identified. So soft skill here to me, based on like what your market's interested in, is it writing? Is it what? I'm not going to try to pull a soft skill out of this. And to Ryan's point I just saw, I don't like the term soft skills. Soft skills are core skills. Fair enough. We'll have a hard time being successful at most jobs without them. Hard skills are technical skills. Yeah, I think that's a very fair point, Ryan. I think it's a fair point of a fine way to think through it. For today, I'm just going to still keep calling it soft skills and hard skills. But to your point, core and technical, that's a fair way to put it. Okay, so you built a schema. So this is where I'm not really seeing a lot of soft skills for you, but I can also think about generated, created, like we're thinking about this in the sense of you're creative, maybe we're going for. Okay, so you built a schema, you did a database. I would really love to know what database, because this is pushing it. And obviously with you saying Mongo here, MongoDB is your database of choice. So specificity here, tracking 21 data points. This is where you've got the right setup, Brendan, I'm seeing. You got the right setup, but don't wait to give someone the proof till the end of the sentence. Coded a service file on server side using TypeScript. So, okay, Nest, similar, but let's keep going here. Coded, implemented local web storage, non-sensitive data, who signed Google. Implement a local web storage to non-sensitive user data. Okay, I mean, I'm going to give you all these first words, as one should in the beginning. They're towards the creative side, towards the soft skills, but they're not truly soft skills, but I'm going to give you a little bit. Non-sensitive for users who sign in Google. Okay. Local web storage to save. Mongo eliminating 100% of performance hindering. So if you fully eliminate 100% of API, okay, I call BS on this one, mainly because as I read it, 100% of hindering API requests. Maybe it's semantics here about how you organized it, but if you don't need any API calls to check someone's token, I'm a little like, wait, what? You sure about that? You sure you didn't have to go check a token or send an API or some API request? 100% seems pushing it. Eliminating probably 95%, I'd imagine, but something just seems off there when I read through that. All right, but nonetheless, skills. All right. Eliminating 100% of hindering API requests. I'll give you API because as much as it's, yeah, we'll just keep the term there. Interacting with profile anywhere else data. So like this is where, as I'm looking at this sentence, when requests a user to interact with their profile, I don't know if this is as much as beneficial as telling more about how it works or giving a little more depth on it, because there's no real soft skills in here. There's no real hard skills in here. We're adding some fluff. Sites need to connect to meet follow hikers outdoor. Developed API, emailing. Okay, so we've got some skip. Oh, did not mean to go green. All right, so allowing users to connect email with one click, protecting your identity, consolidating front end, adding reusability of some files, converting HTML to handlebars. Ooh, have fun with that. I don't want to touch handlebars. In 58 lines. Okay, good. So you're doing good with numbers all around, Brendan. I have a feeling that the majority of resumes I'm going to look at today aren't going to do as good as you are in numbers. So I would love everyone to take a note on how Brendan has really brought back data points and numbers. I'm still of the favor of X, Y, and Z, being the Y being the number in the middle. Brendan, you've done a great job with that. Now, these are serving a lot of hard skills. And actually, I'm actually going to take these highlights of these ones off because now I think about it, these are predominantly hard skill sentences. I'm really pulling at strings to try to get soft skills there. But I will leave this one because this sentence is generally about you being able to create stuff and being creative. Now, all right, Outco. All right, Outco, University of New Hampshire, wonderful. So here's the thing, Brendan, as I see now, and this is what I was talking about colors and why we get to this point. What is your most predominant color, Brendan? And I think it's really clear to see. You are heavy on hard skills. And to some's point, and to a point of you aren't selling your soft skills enough. There are a lot of soft skills out here that companies will sell back to you. But to be very, very clear, you don't generally sell soft skills in projects. You don't sell soft skills in potential professional experiences where you can talk about it, where you can talk about hard skills. You always predominantly rank hard skills higher than soft skills. But at the same time, I know these companies are at least asking for 5 to 6 soft skills that are pretty common of, are you a fast learner? Are you good at communication? Are you a team player? Do you collaborate well? There's some of these consistent soft skills that show up time and time again. And the best you got is that you assist people. You're you're detail-oriented because you're focused on accuracy. I'm grasping at potentially what you're getting at here. And you're creative in creating stories, but even then, you're not outright calling it. You're kind of skirting around it, hoping they pick that up. As it is, when I look through this and I do a control find of React, okay, you got React in 2 sections. And I'm just going to tell you straight up, unacceptable, man. You got, for as many numbers as you had and as much time you put into this, because I can tell you put a lot of time into this, you cannot have just React on here twice. If you want to be a React developer, you have to have React here. I get you won't be able to do it at this previous experience. That's fine. I'm kind of curious how you got Python in there, but fantastic job. But in your project work, I need React. At the same time, your outdoor adventure buddies, I need React as well there too. So I need this at the same time. You could have React in these 2 places. Now you've got it on the page 4 times. I generally shoot from 3 to 5. I was talking about this yesterday. 3 to 5 is the number. You want your top skills that the market's asking for 3 to 5 times. And so what's a great place to sell something else? Oh, your education. Your education. Give me like a 3-sentence write-up on why what you learned was so kick-ass. You learned it from senior engineers. You did it over 6 weeks. You spent 1,000 hours. You did a ton of stuff on it. Great. Sell it to me. But based on what I'm seeing, you're hard skill heavy, but not always in the right hard skills that you want. As it is, let's see. I got TypeScript here. How often is TypeScript around? TypeScript. Okay, it's on 4 times. But you see, you tripled up in this one project on 3 different lines. So right there, too much in one area. You've got to spread the love a little bit. If one of the bullet points is about TypeScript, great. The next bullet point can't be, and neither can the one after that. So I'd really hone in on focusing on what you want this to be. This appears to be because you're talking about queries. Are you talking about API routes? Or are you talking about database queries? API routes is probably better to go instead of just 14 unique queries, because you could do that pretty quickly. But APIs generally have authentication. It has error handling and all this stuff to make sure the query parameters you're sending through are all there. So I'm looking for more variety in each one, and not just bunching up all the TypeScript in one project and doing your best to sell it everywhere you can. I'm realizing this professional experience, the internship, potentially not able to happen. But here's the thing that we can do. And this is where I don't think I'm going to be able to go look it up real quickly and see if you sent me one. But here's the really key part, Brendan. If you want to see, and for anyone else out there right now, if you want to see exactly how to know if your job matches up or how your resume matches up, I'm going to grab a job from LinkedIn on my other screen here, and I'm going to bring it over. And actually, let's do this. I'll just bring it on over here. Come on, get over there. All right, so if we come over here, let me exit out all this. I just forgot I had that open too. All right, so if we come over here and look for React.js, better yet, let's go back to that junior software engineer, this one. All right, so let's just pick this off. Let's say you wanted this, Brendan. When I come now down here to look for their hard skills and soft skills, I'm gonna look and try to pull out, what are they asking for here? What technologies is that they want? As is, this job description doesn't really have a lot of specificity, and it's not exactly what I would want. No, I don't want junior Java. Give me something that's got, and this is right, I already know the issue we run into on LinkedIn all the time, right? So they talk about APIs. They talk about a lot of Microsoft. So this is definitely a Microsoft shop. I'm trying to find something that's close to what you're doing. Let's just do this. Junior React developer. Something's got to come up here. I'm hoping something good. All right, cool. We'll go with this. Nope, give me some more descriptions. Oh my goodness. How is this even a thing? How can you show up entry level in 5 years of building web mobile experiences evidenced by, but it says entry Tesla. As much as you do cool things with cars, that's frustrating as all get up. Let's see here. Okay. Wonderful. Finally, somebody with some descriptions in here. So we can come in here and say, oh, okay, this person wants React. So here's how you use the highlighter technique and go to the next level with it. You come back and highlight in green what matches up. So like React now. React matches up here and here. And I'm not going to do the green on everyone's resume today. That's something you can do. But you can then come back and go, oh, they talk about HTML and CSS. Brendan, I don't even realize if we realized yet, did we not mention CSS? You only mentioned it there. It's like there's an easy win that they're asking for. And I get that's not the highest sought out skill, but you also have to remember if this is how they're selling to you. They're selling that they want these things. No, HTML, CSS are low-hanging fruits. Don't get me wrong. But let's see what else they're coming down here with. I've got to imagine they don't have like Express on here. Oh, wait, Cypress, Jest. So here's some other skills I don't think I saw on yours. Did they have Node on here? Oh, they didn't have Node on here. That's so surprising. Someone should tell them that if they have to use Angular React, that they need Node.js in their job description. I feel like hitting send mail and saying, you need Node.js, please update your job description properly. But what I'm noticing is like they have some other skills that, Brendan, tell me in the chat right now, are you good at Jest, Cypress? Have you done Rollup, Babel? Have you done NPM? These are basically productions. Webpack's not a production tool. Webpack's a pretty common tool, but Rollup, Babel, Transpiler, and they're kind of getting to the whole pipeline and trying to address the whole pipeline here. JavaScript fundamentals. Okay, so JavaScript, even then they're mentioning JavaScript. It's interesting how they don't have okay, how many times do we have JavaScript on here? Okay, 3 times. But you notice you have JavaScript clumped up again. Now, I didn't find really a great job per se that has all the right skills I'd like to see. But you can see very quickly without me going too more in depth on this, because I'll move to another resume. But Brendan, you can see what I'm getting at here of I can see, okay, is Jest on here, Brendan? Okay, it's just listed off in your skills, but if you use it down below, I want to see it down below. That's what I want to see, because just at a quick glance, I know I didn't go full depth in this person's, but I know they don't have Jest. They don't have a crazy ton of skills. They have a lot more soft skills, like being passionate and motivated, self-motivated. You see the word motivation pop up here a couple times on this. Hell, do they have motivated 3 times? No, just the 2 times. They have motivation 2 times, but along with passionate. But then it goes to show like your soft skills talk nothing about being motivated or passionate, right? Yours are all about I'm accurate, I assist, I can create. So I think this is a part you're missing. Brendan, I know it's going to take 40 seconds, so I will sum it up here. But Brendan, what questions do you have for me before I move on? I might move on by the time I actually see your response. As is, Johnny's in the chat. He's around and will be able to help if there's something I've totally missed or something didn't make sense. As it is for anyone else out there right now, let me know what questions you have based on what I'm showing you here on this highlighter technique and how you can look at the color of your resume and understand where are you heavy at and where does stuff match up to job descriptions and what are they asking for. Something else I want to point that I already know I'm going to get a question on is, well, what's a good ratio? And to be honest, it's where you address at least 5 of the top soft skills that come out of your job market analysis. What is that? That's a video I have. Johnny will post in the chat for the job market analysis. And that is where you pull 10 jobs, you parse the hard skills and soft skills, and you look at them analytically and see how are they selling to you, because it's exactly how you can sell back to them. And this is where I'm a big believer of understanding how they're selling to you, so we can do this and we can be dialed into what they care about. So when we talk back to that initial question I was trying to answer of what number, well, when you do the market analysis, you get on average top 5 hard skills and soft skills that really resonate with the market. And this is where I want to see on your page, Brendan, the top 5 soft skills mentioned somehow. And like your job here in the SaaS retail service is a great place to sell a couple soft skills. At the same time, maybe in your boot camp, you sell a soft skill, and maybe you build a summary where you can sell a soft skill or 2. And this is how you get around at least of the 5 soft skills on the page. And then with your actual hard skills that show up, here's where the coloring can be more predominant hard skills, but you're heavy, extra heavy on hard skills. It can be still heavy on it, but you have to at least in your top 5 skills have them listed 3 to 5 times on the page. So like React, prime example, it's not, and we need to be touching into professional experience. We need to be touching in each project. We need to be touching the education. And maybe one more spot is if you add a summary. There you go. So this is where I'm getting at with the highlighter technique. And if you take it and analyze it against jobs you want, you can see very quickly how you match up. and how it works. Now, what's interesting is I built technology for this that's not ready for public consumption. I built it for my students. My students use it. But tell me in the comments, would it be helpful if in the next couple of weeks I put out because I have the technology to source and parse job descriptions, and I can parse resumes and parse job descriptions. It's something we've already worked out in the code base to be able to do. If in the next couple of weeks I put like a demo route out for y'all to try out to just see how a man, granted, I want you to do it on your own because as long as I know it's a more time intensive kind of exercise, but would it be helpful if I put something like that? Would y'all like that? Would y'all like to see something like that in the upcoming weeks if we did something like that? Just let me know in the comments. I'd be curious to see your thoughts, even if you care about it. At the same time, if you feel like you can just go do this manually really quickly, by all means, like, have at it. It's a great exercise. Before I move on to this last part, I didn't see anything from Brendan yet, so I'm going to move on to Juan. I saw Shane had a comment there. What if we are changing careers and have no current experience other than freelancing on the side? Should we list freelancing on our resume? Yes. Shane, you will. Let me come on down to yours real quickly. I'll just point this out. I'm not going to do a heavy in review. Shane, you've got way too much, Shane. Shane. We gotta get this down to now I get like looking at this, 2013, you've got a lot of jobs, done a lot of things, and I don't know if this is all relevant to what you want to do next, but holy smokes, this is way too hard to go through and read to understand. Like at a quick glance, okay, let me read some. Well, I'm gonna go back because I'm gonna go in order like I said I would. But if you're changing careers, yes, freelance will be helpful. Generally, projects are helpful. It looks like you do have some stuff you've done in your career that could be helpful. But this is still, this is a lot. This is a lot. There is way too much going on here. And prime example is like last time I had 500 applications this last year. I had to review them all in about 2 weeks. I would have never made it to your second page. Maybe I would have looked at it real briefly and started realizing, wow, this is very long. I can't touch this. So it's very hard. Yeah. All right. So Juan, how you doing there? You still here? I think I saw you post something a couple of minutes ago. You still here, Juan? All right. And by the way, Johnny, if you would put in the chat the resume audit list or the resume audit playlist, it's a playlist I purposely put together recently because I get questions a lot to like, hey, audit my resume, like in depth. And I can come here and do live sessions like this and give some insight and some points, but I can't go like a full 2 hours in depth on one resume. But I brought out a lot of content out of my paid courses and put it into that. So Johnny's going to put that link there. It's going to be extremely helpful. Let's do this. So let's jump on into Juan's. Juan, do you have any questions as we get started on yours of like any quick questions? And I'm probably going to have to speed this up. I probably won't be able to highlight everybody's resume, but let's see here. So recently switched from medical field, secure, hunt on the market, a network analysis, government's compliance, log detection. I don't know if I want to consider that. I don't know if I want to consider that a hard skill or soft. I'm just going to consider it a hard skill for a minute because it's very specific and very technical into something. So you bring a fresh, enhanced approach to the workforce with previous experience sales. Okay, sales. So you can sell. I'm just going to give that a soft skill of being able to sell your ideas and things and ambitions and passion. Love passion. For growth, okay, going to highlight these as soft skills. It's a mixture, but I'm just going to highlight those. Okay, all right, so just going to give this a hard skill bump. There we go. Okay, so a lot of network stuff, but one thing I'm noticing one right off the bat is, Brendan, I see your thing. Okay, good. I didn't miss. Maybe this restream. I thought it looked like it's submitting the comments, but maybe not submitting the comments. Let me know if I didn't. Looks like I missed it. Okay, I'll keep going. Anyway, one, these are very non-technical skills of what you want to do next. Well, maybe not. Okay, you want cybersecurity. I actually just helped someone get a job, their first cybersecurity job. His name is John Schmidt. You actually will see a post coming on soon. Real proud of the guy. He did an amazing job getting a job in cybersecurity in a couple months working with us. Okay, so now I get why. At first, I was like looking for the technical skills of where's JavaScript, but I totally glossed over initially cybersecurity. All right, so you have a lot of things, and knowing I just helped him out get a job, are these the specific things that your market's looking for? And I can be honest, I think these are perfectly fine general things, but I don't think these are specific enough of what they're asking out of you to know, because I see a lot more specificity down here, cybersecurity analytics program. But this is where these sections you don't have to have a skills section if you can back it up with bullet points down below. Hell, I'm looking at this one, and this is very, wow. It just feels like keyword after keyword, and this is quick glance, keyword, 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 more keywords. I feel like I'm saying Squidward almost, like from SpongeBob, but no, it feels like if it's just a lot of keywords, there is no, so I'm just going to highlight all of this as hard skills. This basically feels like a hard skills section, to be honest, or a related skills section. This is just straight skills and protocols and securities and threatening and surveillance. And you learn a lot of great things, I can tell, but I can't actually pull the value out of them of like what you did or how you did it, or it's just a lot, to be honest. And I can't tell if there's like 4 or 5 main projects where you get to do all this stuff and set up servers and do the VPNs and do the Wireshark. It just feels like a running list. At the same time, now here's the labs part. This is where I think, let me just finish the highlighting of this real quickly. Capstone allowed us to gain experience and it's going to review raw log, data crunch, and while actively hunting for using Splunk and map regulations, device, planning for bankers. Okay, supervise/leadership. Okay, exceeded monthly sales goal. Okay, that probably doesn't even need to be on. I get when I hit next page or when I hit create, that's why it is. That's why it is the way it is of it being, how to put this, it shouldn't be on the second page. That's probably just how I have it formatted. But I would say this, if you really want to have the sales on here, you need more. Otherwise, you got to take it off. It's too small. Not enough depth to it. I guess these kind of go similarly. But if you want to kind of give the timelines, I see that you might want to keep the timelines. Maybe it's just formatted weird because I downloaded it. But when I look at this, right, because you have no hard skill, or I guess we could, no, that's sales methodology and customer part, sales goals. Okay, so you can sell, maybe we could really pull that out here. But you know what I'm noticing real quickly, Juan? I see hardly any yellow. I see straight blue. But the problem with straight blue, so like if we go back and look at Brendan's real quickly, is he has a mixture. Yes, he could use some more soft skills. And yes, he could move stuff around, go a little more depth on his skills. But I would much rather where Brendan's at in the sense of he's mentioned a couple hard skills and over a course of a sentence with some numbers. Instead, you're just going straight hard skills. So like as the reader, I'm not exactly sure how you did any of this, because part of why the XYZ works is as a hiring manager, if I'm coming in and looking at your sentence and I can understand very quickly what you did, how you can prove it instantly, and the actions you took to get there, because those actions are the same actions I'm probably going to hire you for, I can see value in a bullet point. Right now in your bullet points, I see keywords. And that's where I'm struggling with yours right now, is you're so predominantly heavy on keywords that I'm having a hard time pulling out what matters most and why the boot camp was so impactful. So there's some work that needs to be done here. We are super heavy on the hard skills, and we need more soft skills because you got some of the baseline soft skills people can ask for, but I think it's worth calling it out more, like being creative, ambitious, leadership, being able to sell your ideas. Those are some good things, but you're not even directly calling that out here. You're just kind of mentioning, sales, and I've got a passion for growth. Kind of mix the two together. Am I making sense, Juan? Like I said, I know this is going to take 30 seconds for me to update to see your comment. Hell, if I actually comment, I wonder what goes faster. Am I making sense? I'm curious as you hear that. Do you see the comment first or do you hear me first? I'm actually curious to know that. Haven't been streaming in a couple of years now, so I actually don't know if it's quicker now. It seems like it's delayed. All right, let's continue on though. Juan, let me know if I didn't make sense. And let me know too, Juan, what did you see first? Did you see the text or did you see okay, so Amar, what's happening? You still out there, Amar? And by the way, for those of y'all here, thank you so much for being here and hanging out. We'll be around for another probably 10 to 15 minutes. I'll do my best to get through these. I don't think I'm going to keep highlighting. But as it is right now, make sure you give it that thumbs up, celebrate it. Would love to. It's interesting you saw that first one. Would love to have y'all give a thumbs up so it shares with other people. At the same time, I definitely won't be able to what is it? I won't be able to go through all these other resumes. I'll try my damnedest to kind of speed run through them. And this is where, I will try my damnedest here for this. But thank you for the likes. I really appreciate it. I saw those coming through. All right, so this might be my formatting. Cindy, yes, I think you're right after him. All right, cool. So let's see here. All right. So demonstrated achiever. Love some of this. Achiever. Track record of self-teaching. Okay. Communication. So far, great soft skills. Several. Yeah, Amar, I forgot that's right. If I ever need help with languages, I'm just coming to you, all right? All right, but here's, Amar, your problem, and this is probably my main point I make on yours. Okay, team player, but do you see what I'm starting to, these are all great. It's great. But you're going almost, it's straight. Okay, so you got positive energy too. I've maybe passion. No, I'll leave that one alone. Seeking new opportunities to leverage your skills, software engineering. Okay, so I like you have a career objective, but I feel like it's not as it's eager to grow and learn new technology, seeking an opportunity to leverage your skills. Is that really what you want, or do you want someone that allows you to innovate and grow and build a product out that can change customers' lives? Tell me which one sounds more invigorating for you to read. Because I think the second one does, because this just kind of feels blanket of like, yeah, I'm eager to grow, because you just went from telling me achiever, self-taught, communicator, fast learner, problem solver, team player. Pick 3, Amar. Pick only 3, and then prove to me each one of those 3. So if you're a learner, is it because you went through a 1,000-hour boot camp and learned 3 new languages and met with senior engineers every week, and that's how you can prove you're a learner? At the same time, can you prove you're really good with communication because you know 4 languages? I think that's a good way to prove it. And then pick one more. I don't care which one it is, and then back it up. I don't mind having 3 soft skills in here, but 5 to 6 and no hard skills is where we're getting the mixture off, because it's going to be straight yellow over this. But that's where if you talk about, you being a fast learner and backing up with education, boot camp, Udemy, whatever it is, and then talking about the skills, you see how you can intertwine in some hard skills, and now you've got some yellow, some blue, some yellow, some blue, and you can really kind of start to have a good mixture, and this highlighter technique will show you through the colors. I won't go through the rest of this, Amar. I know we've talked about some of the other parts before, because because I remember, yeah. But this is the main thing I think for you to focus on. Feel free whenever you update it, send it over after. Would love to check this part out. Easiest way to put this together for y'all is to software engineer with a proven ability to do what 3 things? Prove something in the next sentence that you're a learner. If you said learner, prove it through the 1,000-hour boot camp, whatever, soft skills or hard skills included with that. Second sentence, prove that you're a fast learner or problem solver, whatever you pick or didn't pick. And then maybe one more proof, and then hit it with that career objective I was talking about of which one would you want to pick. I think that's the main thing, Amar, that I see with yours to focus on. And just going to throw this out there, I know you're split, but you might want to move everything more to the right because this stuff doesn't really matter on the right-hand side if it's squished. It doesn't really take a whole lot of space up. But this stuff being squished feels super condensed and super small when really I know there's depth there to it for you, and it's a little harder to read compared to if it's a wider sentence. All right, Cindy, I think you said, Cindy, you're still out there, right? Correct? Correct me if I'm wrong. You still there? I think so. Alex, pleasure to have you here. So let's see. All right. Interesting. I just went back to the Restream platform and I noticed, there is a difference between YouTube and LinkedIn seeing me first, which is real interesting. All right. So Cindy, looking at this. So Cindy, what is company AL1? So why are there no company names, Cindy? Out of curiosity here. Okay, teaching assistant. Oh, wait, never mind. I take this back. This is probably because you didn't want to have to share with everybody. Public, not got it. I have a feeling that's exactly why. It totally makes sense. All right, so as I researching letter and statement printing, debug, modify scripts, proven direction, customers, Atlassian, Jira. I'm gonna highlight that as a hard skill because Jira is its own damn thing now. So Cindy, with this being you mean just to mock it up? Like this is the actual content you actually want me to look through? These are legit your sentences, or are you just looking for the outline? I'll keep going for the second. So web designer, actually I'll keep creative document improvement responses to provide clients, debugging time. Okay, so you're talking about you're covering some different stuff, some documentation, responses. So let's see here. So you lessen debugging time, Cindy. How much did you lessen debugging time? 20%, 30%, 2 hours a week? And to reduce similar tasks, how many mistakes a week were people actually making? I would love to know more numbers here. That's where that XYZ is coming into this for you. At the same time, my screen just went dark for a second. In this first programmer L1 position, where are my hard skills? What do you want me to, and actually tell me in the chat, what do you want me to know most about you here? Is it that you're a React developer? Is it JavaScript? Is it this jQuery stuff? I see React down here. So you used reusable components. Okay, so this is the first spot in the resume where you're giving me these skills: result, features, generate new. Okay, what features and how many were requested by clients? Did it provide money to clients? What did it do? So you designed 80 websites using the company's content creation platform. I'm going to imagine 80 websites, and just to assume that, let's just say they're basic and they charge, $5,000 per piece. We're talking about 5 times 8, $400,000. Did you bring in $400,000 for this company? Because I would love to put that in here. That's a hell of a measurability. That's a hell of a great proof. And I've got to imagine most websites you were doing, they generally sold for $3,000 to $5,000, especially if they're just basic static sites. But I have to imagine some of them using a content creation platform, there's a little more depth and creation to it. So just saying you designed it using the platform, that's a piece of the puzzle. I want more, because you notice now there's no highlighting in here. Okay, yes, you're designing, you can be creative. I'll give you that. But it doesn't feel, I want more depth on this bullet point. I want more depth in all, because as I read through these two, I see Jira, see HTML, CSS, JavaScript, jQuery. I get if you haven't done React, you can't really sell React here, but I'm looking for more. I want more depth and proof out of you to show me why I should give you a call over anyone else. And that's where instantly when I give the number of 5K times 80 websites, like, that's value. And if I'm hiring someone on a small time business and I know you've driven someone $400,000 of value, you're going to get a little more attention to reading down. Okay, so in Company C, provided one-on-one assistance to bring the focus on fundamentals of HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. So notice again, so we're listing off these skills, but this is all we're mentioning now. So the first half of your resume is just HTML, CSS, and JavaScript and jQuery, which based on the skills I'm seeing down below here, I think we have stuff not necessarily out of order, but we aren't getting a chance to sell what matters most top down. And if these, now with this program, L1, if you did React there, if you did some stuff, great. I would love to put it in there and really sell it if it matches your top 5 hard skills. But if this stuff is an internship or something that isn't geared towards what you want to do next in the programming industry, then I would almost say maybe bring the project up higher, because I need to see React. I need to see Node, Express, Mongo Express, because this is where you want me to hire you for Node, but I keep seeing jQuery on my way down. So this is where I'm getting at. Am I making sense, Cindy? And as it is, right, you list these off, but you're just saying technology used. I would love some bullet points in here for you and your projects. I want 5 bullet points for each. On each one of these bullet points, I want you to use X, Y, and Z. So I want an X, Y, Z around Express.js. What did you accomplish with Express? How can we measure it? And you saw that kind of from Brendan's on how, when we come back to Brendan's, how he was using numbers and ways to talk about what he was doing and building. Now, yes, there's still work on that I was giving him to do, but you can take from that process of like, there's 5 bullet points, one for Express, one for databases, one for front-end frameworks, maybe authentication, testing, whatever it might be. I want 5 bullet points on your top 5 hard skills you need to be selling, and each one of them XYZ, 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 XYZ. So you have really kick-ass bullet points that are really driving the reader value. And then lastly, okay, the education, the boot camp. Why should someone care about it? I have a belief where not all the boot camps do. All the boot camps are generally scared about selling themselves or putting much more down about themselves. I want to generally sell people what you've done in a boot camp and why it matters and what it did for you in your career in about 3 to 4 sentences. Personally, because I can also get more keywords in there, and I can also sell somebody on why it matters. Now, I guess I'd have a question about this L1 role, Cindy, because as I look at it, it just doesn't feel like it has enough depth. Like it feels like if this is a true L1 role and this is the start of your career and you have a year and almost 2 years of experience coming up, there should be a lot more here to where you go get a mid-level job. If that is a true L1 job that you've been doing for 2 years, there's got to be more than just Jira and documentation. So I want to see more there. What questions, Cindy, do you have for me? I'll move on. I'll try to get to Shane's real quick. Shane, I'm probably just going to have to come back to yours as we I will probably have to come back to yours another day, or potentially do something later this week on this. But Shane, real quickly, yeah, we got to narrow it down. Johnny's still there, I do believe. So, oh no, he's not. He's off. You need to DM. Okay, he's not there to grab it. I'll try to grab it then real quickly. But actually, no, I think he put it up above. That playlist I have for the resume review, Shane, start there and then reach out to me and DM me from there, and we'll go through it that way. Tavon, let's see here. All right, so I get this is part also probably formatting. Just going to throw that out there. This formatting is just wonky because of how I did it, but that's fine. let's just go through this real quickly. Assistant recording engineer, lead technician, okay. Applications and building websites. I believe this is just, it's very develop React front end. So what do you want to be known for, Tavon? Because I see React Native, I see React Framework, I see a little RESTful API, bad, but then you're getting into there's a lot of stuff in this one sentence, to be honest, like a lot, to where you could probably make different bullet points on this geared towards what you did with Rails, what you did, and maybe Rails and RESTful API go together. Postgres has its own data point. React Native has its own data point. Maybe some testing of all this has its own data point, and maybe CRUD functionality if it doesn't already get wrapped into Rails and Ruby on Rails. So that's a lot that's put together there. I would love to see more pulled out, different bullet points. Management mindset, detail-oriented, Ruby on Rails content management system. I'm just going to throw this out here. I see a little Rails, I see like so far 4 sentences that are geared towards what you want to do next, and a whole lot of stuff that's geared to what you've done in the past. You will have to be very careful because I'm going to have to go here in a couple minutes. You're going to have to be careful, Timon, here with not having your top 5 hard skills on the page 3 to 5 times. And maybe it's just because of how the format is, it's hard to read, but I would, from what I'm seeing, there's no more than 2 sentences about Rails. There's no more than 1 about React. There is not enough here of what you want to do next. There's a lot of what you've done in general, but I need more about your project. I need more depth, more bullet points, following that XYZ. And then who else do we have left that I didn't get to? Devin, if you're still waiting around, still hanging around here. Devin, I need more depth. I need more depth. I need a lot more here because, like, right here, you're just listing off some skills, and there's no XYZ around this. There's no what have you done with it. I get this is a skills section, but now coming into your portfolio, you just kind of list off some skills again. Give me 5 bullet points on this. Follow that X, Y, and Z. You can Google X, Y, and Z for resumes. There's a lot of articles on how to write one. I should probably write one soon. But this is where there's not enough here to show me the value that you do inside of these projects and why I should care. And as it is, okay, great. They rewarded one of the best 15. But what did you do there? What did you learn? Did you learn from senior engineers? What technologies did you learn? This is another great opportunity to sell the skills and generally give lists like you do up above, but put them down here. And remember then, in your work experience, soft skills, soft skills, soft skills. Because, okay, you assisted disabled, give me more. And I bet there's other ones that they're going to care about, whether it's communication, team player, problem solver, some of these things we've seen before. These are the skills that they're going to be looking for. So I need you to add some more, Devin. Feel free once you do, send me something. And I encourage you to check out that resume audit playlist. That is going to be definitely one of the best ways you can get some really in-depth insight outside of this session. But yeah, that is what I have for y'all today. If y'all would on the way out, please, and thank you. Hit the thumbs up. It's been a pleasure chatting with y'all today. We're going to do more. Feel free. I know I definitely gave lots of advice here and there. If you update something, message me on it. Show me what you got on LinkedIn. Feel free to send me it when you update it. Gladly give it a check. I actually am going to do an entire webinar series, or not webinar series. I'm going to do a big webinar next week. You'll see some promotions for it. You'll see some marketing towards it. Totally free. Going to stream it just like this. And it's going to have a lot of content about how to get a job before the end of the year. And resumes are included. And so I encourage you, if you've got time next week, I think it's going to be next Thursday, make sure to show up at the same time, make some updates, share this stuff back to me. It's a very important time of year to make sure you get this right. And if you got some value out of today, make sure you share this post, share this with somebody, and make sure they reach out for the next time I do this. I don't know if I'm going to do one tomorrow or later. I'll figure it out. I'm going to try to get on a more consistent schedule to do these, and probably not an hour and 10 at a time. I'll probably try to do it shorter and to the point and take on a couple resumes instead of trying to take on 6 or 7 and make it quicker and moving faster. So, yeah, Thank you, y'all, for hanging around today. I hope y'all have a great rest of your day. I'm actually going to refresh LinkedIn real quickly and make sure I just see if I missed any comments, or YouTube if I missed any comments, or Facebook. They all come in from different places. But no, looks like I didn't miss any. Have a great rest of your day, y'all. It's been a pleasure. We'll see y'all again soon. Bye-bye.